Whether you like it or not, you're going to need to learn AI in some regard over the next few years, as AI will be taking vast amounts of entry level jobs. And so in this video, I'm going to make it as easy and simple as possible to understand AI agents, and we're going to set up a very basic agent called a personal assistant agent. It will be able to get and summarize all of your most recent emails, reply to those emails, see your calendar events, and create new calendar events. So with that being said, let's dive right into it. So you're going to want to get N8N. You'll just get a cloud account of N8N. You can start a free trial, get started today for, you don't have to pay in order to create an account. So if you just get started for free, you'll end up in something like this. You'll create a new scenario, and this is what the screen will look like. Then what you'll want to do is we're going to be connecting Telegram with our Gmail and Google Calendar, as well as various large language models. So the first thing we're going to do is set up the chat trigger. Which basically just means that this is what will trigger the agent to start. And so what we're going to do is anytime you send a message to a specific bot that we're going to create, agent will start. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a new credential here. You'll see this access token. So now inside of Telegram, what you're going to want to do is go to this thing called BotFather. And so essentially BotFather is you can just search it on any Telegram account. It's not something that you have to download or something like that. It'll look like this. You'll click start and you'll click /new bot. And this will essentially create a new environment inside of Telegram that we can chat with our agent. So we're going to call our bot personal assistant. We're going to call it, now we're going to name it, AI Agents University Bot. That's the community where we go super deep into AI agents. And then you're going to essentially see this key here. Make sure that this key is private. You don't want to share this with anyone. I will be creating a new key after this so that it's not valid. All right, and then you're going to take that access token, you're going to paste it in here and click save. And essentially what that'll allow you to do is now we can chat our chat messages that we send with N8N or send with Telegram. If you click on this link right here, it'll take you to your bot. You'll click start, and then what you're going to do is you're going to say like hello world. And so essentially what that will do is it will pull data into our N8N environment here, allowing us to interact with this agent and build this agent out. So now that this is up and running successfully, what we're going to do now is we're going to set up our agent. So we're going to go and click this plus button here, go to advanced AI and click AI agent. And we're going to set it to tools agent. And then we're going to define below the message prompt. And we're going to say, you are an intelligent AI agent personal assistant. You have access to my email and calendar and can take the following actions. I'm gonna make this a little bigger. You can get and reply to emails. You can get calendar events, and you can create new calendar events. And so there we go. So that's kind of like the core prompt for this agent. We'll be building on this as we build out the agent, but that's what you need to know. Now inside of the chat model, we're going to go into OpenAI chat model, and we're going to set up an OpenAI connection. If you click create new connection here, you'll see API key. If you don't know where to find this, it's super easy. You go to openai.com. You go to openai.com/API. And then if you sign in, you'll be able to access if you go to start building, you'll be able to access your API keys right here. So it's super simple. It looks like this. If you sign in, you will see API keys on the left hand side here. Let me actually just log in so I can show you. So once you're signed in, you go to dashboard up here, and then you'll see over here API keys. You'll see all of your API keys. You're going to click create new secret key. Well, I'll say like N8N key or something like that. You create secret key, and then it will show up, your API key will show up right here. So if I click create secret key, and boom, there's my API key. Now I'm actually just going to delete that. Boom. So now the next step that you want to do is once you have it connected, you're going to connect the model. We'll just connect GPT-4o Mini just so that it's a pretty solid model to build with. The next thing we're going to do, once that's connected, we're going to give it various tools. So we're going to connect it to Gmail. You're going to want to sign in with Gmail. If you click create new credential, OAuth 2, and you can just sign in here to your account, and it will give you access to your Gmail account. Once you've signed in, you're going to go into, this is going to be set automatically. This is going to be message. This is going to be get many. We're going to limit it to, I don't know, maybe we get 10. And then this should be done. And then what we're going to do last to set up kind of like the basic infrastructure of our agent is we're going to click the plus after the agent here. And we're going to go to Telegram. And essentially what we're going to do is we're going to go down here, send a message, send a text message. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to take the output of this model and output it back into Telegram so that we can get the responses in there so we can dialogue with this agent. So I'm going to click execute previous nodes. It should give us some data right here. We're going to go to the Telegram trigger, the client, the chat ID right here, and the text we're going to put in the text window, and then boom. So now this agent is pretty much set up. We're going to be adding a bunch of different actions and tools that the agent can take. But for now, we have the basic infrastructure of the agent. We have the agent, we have the model, and we have the tool. And then we have the chat interface, which is Telegram. And so we're going to test this workflow out. Now it says waiting for a trigger event. That means we have to like type something into this bot so that it can actually do something. So now if I go into this bot here, I can say summarize the most recent email that I received. And what it will do, we'll watch it here, boom. This message was sent automatically with N8N. So it looks like the actual text. Oh, okay. So the text, I actually did this wrong. I put in the text from, that's actually the text that we sent the bot. And so we actually want the output of the agent to be the text. So let's try this one more time. Let's test it out. Summarize the most recent email that I received. And it says, I'm here to assist you with your email and calendar needs. How can I help you? Would you like to check your emails? Yes, please fetch my most recent email. And now if we test this out, boom. So it looks like it's not accessing this for some reason. Let's check this one more time. We've connected an account. We've set it. What happens if we set it manually? Let's set it automatically. Resource message, get many, return all. Okay. So that's weird. Sometimes it's the prompt as well. So we're going to go to the tools agent. Okay, I see what we did. So we essentially created this, we gave it these tools, but we didn't give it the actual message. So this is really important. So whenever you're putting in the prompt into the agent, what you want to make sure is that the actual message is getting in here. So we're going to say input, and then we're going to create fixed expression. Inside of the fixed expression, we're going to create the input. The text that we just had is the input. So now let's test this out one more time. Summarize the most recent email that I received. And then boom. And here we go. So now it's actually accessing the Gmail tool. It's actually ChatGPT. And then boom, the most recent email received, security alert from Google states that N8N was granted access. So now if we go into my Gmail account, I'll show you this is a Gmail account I never use. We should have security alert, an email finder, Apollo, and so a bunch of these like email tools and security alerts. So let's say if I asked it to summarize the most recent 10 emails, it should get Apollo, an email finder, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to say summarize my email inbox. And inside of N8N, you need to make sure that it's running. So if we go here, the idea is if you set this to active up here, and I recommend you save this as often as possible as well. If we set this to active, that means that whenever we send a chat trigger, it will automatically trigger this agent. But because we're still building it, we just need to click test workflow down here just to do this manually every time. So boom, it got our message. It's summarizing our email inbox. It's going between Gmail, OpenAI, might go back to Gmail, or it will send us a message. Let's see what happens. Boom. So this is perfect. So we got security alert. We got TikTok notifications. I don't even know what this account is. I don't think I've used this account in forever. We've got update notification from the Anthropic team, Team Hunter, comment notification, etc. I think it's just from these videos that I create here, just like auto publish to TikTok. Not for long though. So this is pretty awesome. Now what we want to do is we want to give it the ability to send a message. So now if we go here, Gmail tool, we want to give it to send and send messages. So now essentially what we need to do here is use the expression for any data to be filled by the model. So we're going to use this placeholder name. Be sending it to that. We'll say, I don't know, to sender. And then we're going to copy that. This is going to be like the subject. This is going to be the message. So now I'm going to test this workflow out. And I'm going to say, send a message to Ethan at smartscalingai.com, asking if he wants to collab on the newest on an AI agent build. So now it's going to go here. It should go to the send module, and it looks like it errored out here. So we'll see why did it error out. It looks like this error, invalid email address. So now if we go in here, let's see. It looks like it didn't parse out the JSON correctly. And so let's see a little bit more about this error. And so a lot of this process is just figuring this out. So I'm asking the assistant, I'm saying, why did it not work? So it looks like the to subject, all right, up and down, all right. You're encountering suggest the expression used to field is not resolving to a valid email address. The expression sender seems to be incorrect. To resolve, ensure that the expression in the to field resolves to the valid. Here's the correct you can use. Your node name. So it looks like from AI placeholder name, item JSON sender. So it looks something like that. Agent stop due to max iterations 10 times. All right. So now let's go back and figure out how to get this thing to send. So this is the placeholder name, which is this placeholder name. And so it looks like from AI placeholder name dot item dot JSON dot sender. So let's add that in here. So it's going to be dot item dot JSON. This is going to be subject. So boom. And this is going to be message, I believe. What does it say up here? To subject. Collaboration on AI agent. Hi, Ethan. This is message. So now let's try this one more time and let's see if this resolved it. Test workflow. Waiting for trigger. Send a message to my other email asking about a collab on an agent. So now we can see it's still erroring out. Invalid email address. So let's stop this node from running and let's resolve this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make sure this is in expression. We're going to do 2 curly brackets, and then we're going to find this from AI method right here. We're going to click on that. We're going to do 2 double quotes. And then this one we're going to type email. And then we're going to just copy this whole thing. We're going to put it over here, and then we're going to replace email with subject. Then we're going to copy this over here, and we're going to replace it with message. So now that we have this from AI, it's basically determining based on what the agent is saying, if it should be what the email is, what the subject is, what the message is. And so now that that's set up, we can test this out. So if I test the workflow, I'll show you here. Go to Telegram. Let's do this one more time. I'm going to ask it to send an email asking if Ethan wants to collab on an AI agent build. It's successful. It says I have sent a message to Ethan asking if you'd like to collaborate. Now let me show you my other email account with that build. You can see, boom, I just collaboration on AI agent build. Hi Ethan, hope this message finds you well. I wanted to reach out, see if you would be interested in collaborating. I believe our skills best. Your name, that's kind of weird, sent by NNN. But you can see the idea. Collaboration on AI agent build is the subject. It basically just denoted all of this from our query and nothing else. Like, this is literally all that it did. And so now it can be able to send emails, get emails. So now the next thing we want to do is connect it to our calendar. So if I connect it to the Google Calendar API here, we're going to select our credentials, create a new credential, and you're going to sign in. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're basically going to give it access to our calendar so that it can get all of the events that we have in a given day, create new events, so on and so forth. So if we go to the tool here, we're going to go to the Google Calendar tool, and then we're going to sign into that same account using the same kind of sign-in method as we did with Gmail. And then we're going to make sure this is set on create. We're going to click the name of the calendar, and then we're going to do the same thing that we did on Gmail. So we're going to turn this to expression, double brackets, from AI, and then we're going to do start time, all one, like no space in between them. And then for the end, expression, and then we're going to do end time. We're going to test this out, and this is actually going to be creating an event on our calendar. So let's actually create another one. Let's duplicate this, and then we're connecting it to the tool function. So now it has two Gmail tools, two calendar tools. This is both create events. And so in this one, we're actually going to get many. We're going to limit 5. Boom. So this is get all, create, get, create. So we're going to test this out. We're going to go back to our bot, and we're going to say, what events do I have on my calendar? And I just made up a couple events here. It's getting the events. Here's what my calendar looks like: AI agent testing, deploy agent. And it got the events. Let's see what it responded with. AI agent testing, January 20, 2025, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. CST. And then 10 a.m. to 11, deploy agent. So now let's see if it can actually create something. So now let's say, create a new event on my calendar called what do we want to call it? Launch day that starts at noon Eastern time, or let's do 5 p.m. Eastern time, so we can kind of see a difference between the two different events. Create a new event on my calendar called launch day that starts at 5 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, and then let's see if it does it. So now we have to test this workflow out, and we can see that it's going chat model, it's getting event, it's creating event. So it says this event's launch day has been created on your calendar tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST. So now if we go back to the calendar, boom. All right, so it actually did not, the title did not work correctly. So let's actually improve this. I wonder if it's because we needed to update that. So where do we actually put the title? It's start, end. This is create, from calendar, add field, description, location. So it looks like summary, show me as, all day attendees, description. Where's the actual title of this? All right, repeat until, send updates. All right, so event, set manually, description, operation. It's really weird. All right, so this is the start, use default reminders. Let's do like a description. We'll set that to the same thing up here, but call it description. So it says, populate this with a parameter. I did. All right. Maybe let's try it one more time. Start time, end time is up here. So this is interesting. It's only giving us a start and end time. The launch day has been successfully created, and it's just giving us these two parameters. And so let's see what we can do here. Boom, test workflow. I'm gonna say create an event. Make sure that you title it launch day. Event title launch day tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time, but it's 5 p.m. Oh, it starts at 5 p.m. All right, let's see if it did it this time. Let me refresh. So it says still nothing. All right. So it says it created it. Let's check what the output of this module was. AI agent testing. Deploy agent, calendar, event, undefined. All right. So let's do some debugging here. Now what we're going to do to debug it a little bit is we're going to create this summary field down here. So you're going to click add field, scroll down until you find summary. You're going to click this expression toggle. You're going to do two brackets. You're going to choose the from AI, two double quotes, and you're going to call this event title. All right. And now what we want to do is we want to test this out. So let's test workflow, go back, and let's say create an event in 3 days called YouTube launch, and at 5 p.m. EST. So now it's going to do this. It's going to get the events, create an event. It should create the event. Now let me go back to my calendar. Oops. Let me go back to my calendar and send boom. YouTube launch is at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, which is, I believe, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And so there we go. This did it in Mountain Time. Oh, it did 3 p.m. Mountain Time, so that's 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And so boom. That's how we set up our personal assistant. So now you basically have this personal assistant here, and you can say like, what are my most recent emails, or create an event, or reply to this person. Like you can even say stuff like that. So I need to click test for this to work. I can say reply to this person and ask them if they want to do a meeting on January 28th at 5 p.m. And then boom, did not match expected schema. Save tool input did not match schema. Ask assistant. And so that's essentially how it works. So now if we say this, find, summarize my most recent emails. Let's see if this works. Waiting for trigger event, getting my emails, chat module, boom, and then it's getting me all of my most recent emails. So this is the basics of how to create an AI agent inside of N8N. It's pretty simple. It only took us like 20-30 minutes to set up. And once you do a couple of these, get a couple of these under your belt, it's going to get way simpler for you, or way easier for you to build. You'll be able to build this in, a couple minutes, or you'll be able to just use the template in a couple minutes. If you found this helpful and you want me to build out agents for you, I run a business called Smart Scaling AI. And if you want to get really good at this and build these for yourself, you can go to AI Agent University. On AI Agent University, we'll get you multiple agents set up. We'll answer any of your agent questions. And you'll join a bustling community of people here talking about AI agents for real world business use cases, sales agents, deploying agents locally, marketing agents. And you can find the file here to this agent. You can find this file here to this agent. You can just upload it directly into the workflow here, and you can basically just have these agents up and running in no time. And so I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching.